Philadelphia has such rich tradition in basketball. I was fortunate enough to, come up playing, grow up playing in the Sunny Hill League, which was, the Mecca in Philadelphia. It was, all neighborhoods. I'm from South Philadelphia, and it was 8 teams: South Philly, North Philly, West Philly, Germantown. So it was extremely competitive, and you would, compete against the best that the city had to offer. And that's where I honed my skills, and, that's what molded me into the player I was when I played the game of basketball. A lot of fond memories at Roman Catholic, but it started off at St. Charles for me, playing for the legendary Jake Jordan at St. Charles Borromeo. We won the Archdiocesan City Championship. We were 42-1, lost in the state CYO Championship. And then I went on to play at Roman Catholic. I had an unbelievable 4-year experience at Roman Catholic. Played with 3 NBA players. My freshman year, played with Mark Jackson. My sophomore year, played with Larry Kettner and the late, great Larry Kettner. And my junior and senior year, I played with my brother and best friend, Rasul Butler. Won 3 Catholic League championships, went to the Catholic League championship all 4 years, played with a legendary coach and Coach Dennis Seton, and that experience changed my life forever. And it was probably the best basketball experience I had in my career. It was at Roman Catholic High School. Played with a lot of great teammates and just great people. What people don't realize about that game is Kobe and I were obviously in the same grade, but playing in the Sunny Hill League, I was playing against Kobe since 9th grade. So I saw the maturation of Kobe Bryant, and I can go all the way back to then. And before that game, in the summer, we played in the same summer league as Lower Merion. So we played them 4 times that summer, and we had some classic battles that summer. And then leading into that game, I just knew, because Kobe, had became the #1 player in the country, and I knew, the type of competitor he was, and that I had to be on my A game. I said to myself over and over again, if I don't bring my A game, then he's going to embarrass me. And I knew that the whole Philadelphia, community, the basketball community would be at that game, and, college scouts and NBA scouts. And I just said, look, I want to do whatever it takes, for my team to win, and I just want to compete and give it my all, and I'll be happy with the result. Just being completely honest, we were a better team. So we were a nationally ranked team, and we were the better team, but they had the Kobe Bryant element. And so I just said we did it. We played our A game, and we match switched with one of the best players in the country, and we were able to prevail, and that was our goal. Was to win every game. It wasn't Donnie, Carr against Kobe Bryant. That's what the media and the community dubbed it as Donnie versus Kobe. But to me, it was Roman Catholic versus Lower Merion, and we have to play and come out here and get a win, and that's what we did. Going into my senior year, I became a top 30 player in the country, and I had over 200 offers, and I had schools such as Maryland, Florida State, Clemson, Indiana, Syracuse, Providence, UConn. It was a whole slew of teams that was actively recruiting me, and for me it was just important to play in an environment that I was around great people, with coaches that can help me get better, and I wanted to be an impact freshman from day one. And going back to my childhood, I watched a lot of great LaSalle teams, with Lionel Simmons and Randy Woods, Doug Overton, Tim Legler, Bobby Johnson. So I watched those teams. I grew up, going to Big 5 doubleheaders, and LaSalle had a great tradition of, producing very good players from my neighborhood, which is South Philadelphia. And Lionel Simmons is from South Philadelphia. Kareem Towns is from South Philadelphia. Truck Butts is from South Philadelphia. Dallas Filson. So I knew the history of LaSalle and South Philly players. And one of my mentors, who was my Sunny Hill coach, Claude Gross, the guru we like to call him, he was always in my ear about, the success of, past South Philadelphia players, the success they had here at LaSalle. And, I grew up watching great teams, 30-2 teams, NIT finalists, second round of the NCAA tournament, and I just wanted to be a part of that. And that was, it was also a chance for my family and friends, to get a chance to see me play 80% of my games, and that was important to me. And I loved the decision and had a great time here at LaSalle. Playing with my best friend and my brother, that was special. I mean, me and Rasul literally grew up a half a block away from each other. And honestly, our fierce one-on-one whole court battles, one-on-one half court, the work we put in on a daily basis together. We started off playing at Roman. I was 2 years older than Rasul, and then came here to LaSalle and got an opportunity to play. And just, seeing, him mature and him reaching his ultimate dream and playing with guys like Victor Thomas, playing for a legendary coach, Speedy Mars, they're my finest memories here at LaSalle. Like, getting a chance to beat St. Joe's in a double overtime classic, or beat an NCAA tournament team in Penn, those Big Five, memories, and, doing it with people that you love and respect is no better feeling. I was told by, my coach in high school, Dennis Sutton, that I was going to be a coach one day. I was told by Speedy Mars that I was going to be a coach one day. Now, back then, I just was like, I had no desire to be a coach. But they always told me, Donnie, you're a student of the game. Like, you love to study. You love to watch players' tendencies, and you love to learn. You asked a lot of great questions. And they all just told me, like, look, man, when you're done playing, you're going to be a hell of a coach. And, when I was done playing, I still wanted to play because, my heart was telling me, like, yo, go and play. My mind was telling me, but my body wouldn't let me. Injuries derailed my career. And, when I was just figuring out what I wanted to do best, what I wanted to do next, it was just like, what, why not, give back? And I walked into the gym at Roman Catholic, and I started working out with the kids, and it was just like, bam, I loved it. I saw myself, 20 years earlier, kids that need direction, kids that need mentoring, kids that need to be taught the fundamentals of basketball. And I just saw, like, I can be great at this, and there you have it. Well, you know what? It was a long road and an unbelievable journey back to LaSalle. Started off volunteering at Roman Catholic. Got a phone call from a dear friend in Chris McNesby, my ex-teammate at Roman Catholic, told me to come down and work out with the guys and just see how I like it. I didn't like it, I loved it. And I spent 2 years at Roman, and then another one of my ex-teammates, who was my backcourt mate at Roman, we won 3 Catholic League championships together, R.C. Kehoe, got the head coaching job at Holy Family University, and he offered me the job to be his assistant. And I spent 2 years at Holy Family working with RC, which, honestly was working with 2 ex, teammates and friends of mine. They really helped me, understand, what it is and what it takes to be a good assistant coach, and, how to relate to the players, and, what workouts to do, and, how to mentor the right way, and just how to balance and manage, your days, as a coach. And then I got another, invite after my 2 years at Holy Family to work with another friend, a guy that I grew up competing against in the Catholic League, John Gallagher, who played at Cardinal O'Hara and at St. Joe's University, and I played at Roman Catholic in LaSalle, and Gal was a year ahead of me. And, you know, he offered me a job to be, you know, a video coordinator / player development coach at the University of Hartford. And that was another unbelievable experience. And, you know, that was my first experience on a Division I, you know, Division I coaching staff. And that was an unbelievable experience. And I learned a lot there and met a lot of great people at the University of Hartford. And, you know, in between, you know, all of those jobs at Roman, at Holy Family, at Hartford, it was job openings, you know, here at LaSalle that I applied for. And, you know, Coach G was really honest with me. He was just saying, look, you know, I come from Rowan, you know, I went to Maine, and now I'm at LaSalle. There's a lot of people that helped me along the way get from Maine from Rowan to Maine, from Maine to the University of LaSalle. And so I have some people ahead of you, but just, you know, keep getting your experience and, you know, keep getting better at your craft. And, you know, somewhere down the line, let's just keep building on our relationship. And Coach G was always extremely helpful to me, you know, throughout that journey back to LaSalle. And, you know, last July, you know, I received a phone call from Coach G to just meet up and have lunch. And over lunch, he offered me the job. And it was just like, finally, I'm back home. And it was an unbelievable journey, but it was well worth it. And all of my experiences, you know, throughout that 10-year journey back to LaSalle, it helped me, you know, be ready for this opportunity and just come here and be a great asset to the program. It's funny how the Sunny Hill League keeps coming up in this conversation, but, you know, growing up as a kid in the Sunny Hill League, I knew Ashley Howard. And he was, you know, a young, you know, hot shot, you know, young guard, you know, the son of Mo Howard, former, you know, St. Joe Prep great, former Maryland great, former NBA player. And Ashley played at St. Joe Prep when I was a senior at Roman. And Ashley was the starting point guard at St. Joe Prep when I was a senior at Roman. And my first memory of Ash as a high school player was a guy that, you know, I'm coming up, I'm a high school All-American, and he's a young freshman at the prep, and he's like all in my face, you know, trying to pressure me, and I'm just looking at him laughing, like, you know. But that was Ashley, you know, he was a fierce competitor, you know, he had no back down in him, and, you know, he was, you know, unbelievable competitor, and we go all the way back to high school. And so it was funny because he would always tell stories of how, you know, Roman was a nationally ranked program all 4 years that I was at Roman. And, you know, we were like, you know, the big show in town, and how he was looking up to me, you know, as a young player. And it was funny how life comes back to full circle, because Ashley got an early start in coaching, and I was pursuing my professional career overseas. And, you know, when I first got into coaching, he was a mentor to me, even though he was younger. And I would always lean on Ash, you know, for helpful advice and, you know, things that I, you know, need to look out for, things I need to do, or, you know, how should I go about this situation. So throughout, you know, my 10 years, you know, as a young coach, Ashley was, you know, a mentor to me. And it's just funny that, you know, I get this opportunity. It's an unbelievable opportunity, and I'm blessed and thankful to get a chance to work with somebody that, you know, I trust, I respect, and that I know, you know, can help take this program to the next level. You know what? We're looking for winners. You know, guys that, you know, that just want to win in everything they do. They want to win on the court. They want to win off the court. What does that mean? That means, you know, you want to compete on every possession you're on the court. You want to be coachable. You want to be a great teammate. You know, you want to have high character. You want to represent yourself off the court in a first-class manner, being respectful to people, you know, the opposing team, the opposing coaches, parents, you know, and we just want, you know, high character guys that are winners in the classroom, winners on the floor, and that are coachable, that want to come here and work and get better. The message to the Philadelphia players, and absolutely we want to, you know, focus on, you know, Philadelphia players, because we feel like Philadelphia players are some of the best players in the country. And what they need to know is there's been 3 National Players of the Year here at LaSalle: Tom Gola, Michael Brooks, Lionel Simmons. So it could be done. You know, it's been 24 NBA players in LaSalle history. It's been 39 players drafted out of LaSalle. And LaSalle has had unbelievable tradition, great teams. And you know what? That's our goal. Every day to build habits to one day take this program to a top 25 program in the country.